go. How's that? Good. Good girl. You gonna look at me? Hi, Sam. Your mom says that you like to watch the Stitching Lady with the doggy, so I thought you might like an extra little hello today from Luna. Happy Thursday, Flosstube. Welcome back, Daily Crafty Chat. How's everybody doing today? I thought it would be fun if every few days, I don't know, every 3 or 4 days, I might do a little stash diving, stash toss. I have this drawer in front of me full of good stuff, and this is one of those DMC. I bought a few of the DMC cabinets from my friend Kathy and Neil when my friends, 2 of them, when they were shutting down their shop and retiring. They gave me an excellent deal on buying some of the DMC storage boxes that they had. So I lucked out and I used them to hold my stash. And it's been a while since I've been through many of these drawers, and I thought it might be fun. I know I find it fun. So if you're not the biggest fan of haul videos or, you know, people showing off their stash, just give this video a pass and I'll see you tomorrow. But I know that there are lots of you out there who do enjoy them, and I'll admit I'm being a little selfish today. This is sheer pleasure for me, and oh yeah, it's gonna be good. I can tell already. This is already lifting my spirits. We're good. First and foremost, I need to say thank you to my daughter who gave me a manicure last night. That was fun. So my nails will look a little better as I hold up and show you some stuff. Oh my goodness, a lot of this stuff. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay. All right, so first up, this will surprise no one. So what my plan is, you know, people nowadays are organizing and going through their homes and you know, trying to sort things out. I have no plans of getting rid of my stash. This isn't what this is about, but it could use a good toss and good organize. Much of the stuff that I have is older. I suspect most of it is probably still available for sale, but I did the bulk of my stash buying a number of years ago, and so most of my stuff is a little older. Doesn't make it any less enjoyable to look at. And dream of stitching. Okay, first up, Heartstring Samplery, the Bird Collection Part 4. This has the American Robin, the Song Sparrow, and the Tree Swallow. And I bought this mostly for the tree swallow and actually we used to have barn swallows, and the song sparrow. So Heartstring Samplery, and that robin is so cute. Now I know most of these are in plastic packaging, so hopefully you'll be able to see them. And I'm not going to do the whole drawer today because that would just take too long, and I want to actually enjoy them and not just flip, 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 flip. Okay, and there's gonna be some crinkling. I will apologize in advance. Okay, next up, wow, this is a Lizzie Kate Mystery Sampler Club. This has been in the drawer for a while. I purchased this, I think when I saw my friend Robin stitching it. No, actually, Neil stitched it because that was the other Lizzie. I bought 2 Lizzie Kate Christmas samplers. I don't stitch a lot of Lizzie Kate, so I'm not exactly sure why, but I did really like this one when it was stitched up. And the colors are so beautiful. So this was fully kitted up when I purchased it from my shop. Not my shop, my friend's shop. This was a Belfast 32 count linen in doubloon. Picture this plus hand-dyed fabric. So this has been folded up like this for I'm gonna say 4 years. How old is this? When is this mystery sampler from? Of course, nothing is. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to open one of the charts here. I don't think I've even ever opened any of these charts. See, it's good to go through your stash. Makes you appreciate what you have. This is from, why is there no date on this? There's no date on it. Ugh. Maybe somebody out there knows. Anyways, my apologies. This is the Lizzie Kate Holly and Hearts mystery sampler, and the finished version is going to look like this. That's the one. Fully kitted up, never started. And I have the fabric, and I have all of the flosses as well. Look at, all of the flosses are still in the bag as well. These are beautiful. So you're about to see why the name of the channel is From the Stash Pile. Okay, then these ones you've seen recently, because these are the patterns that I purchased from Michelle Bendy. A while back, I was on her website and I just wanted to support her shop, and so I purchased one of 4 or 5 of her patterns, and these are the ones that I tucked in here. It must have been after I did the Christmas ornament, the coffee cup Christmas ornament. So the messy bun day. Her very first chart, Love. I think you can see that. And We're All Mad here. And I don't know what the heck this is doing in here. This is one of the Little House Needleworks ABC samplers. This is the X, Y, and Z. I have the first 4 houses complete. So I've got a ways to go before I get to this chart. And normally I keep those group charts together. So this one is not in the right place. I'll have to move that. I'm trying to stay somewhat organized over here so that I can move some stuff around. Oh, this was a gift from, was it from Jen McStitchy Pants? Jenny McStitchy Pants. She's from Hamilton, and I met her at the Hamilton Stitch-In. I could be wrong, but I think that she has a Flosstube channel. If my memory serves, she handed these around to everybody in the room. They are little tiny DMC full kits. And it's so cute. And one of the members there, actually, at the next meetup that we did, she stitched it and she put her name, she stitched her name on the bottom, and then she put a pin on it, and she used it as a name tag for the next meet-in. And my friend Dawn and I thought that was a great idea, and we were gonna do that too, but clearly it hasn't happened yet. So we'll put that on the agenda too, shall we? Ooh, okay. Blackbird Designs. Garden Club Series number 2. This is the Apple Orchard one. This was one of my last purchases from Thread and I before they closed down. I remember buying this one. Love this chart. They were clearing out their stock, and I took advantage. These charts I bought all at the same time. These are the Hands-On Design Coffee and Friends charts. So I don't know the order of these charts. These are these ones. And this is a 9-part series. I think I have all, I should, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. So I've got all 9 of them here, and I know further on down, and I'll show them to you in just a sec. Further on down this drawer, here we go. Neil went into the back room and printed this out for me before I left the shop that day. Kathy Haberman did a border so that if you wanted to stitch them all on one piece of fabric, which is right here. It's a good thing Kathy knows me well, and she's known me for years and years, and at the time that I purchased this, she wrote on it exactly what it is and exactly what it was for, so that I would find it. Future Caroline would find it in my drawer and remember what it was for and what I was going to do with it. And she was right. Okay, so Kathy Haberman had, and I'm assuming this is still available, this was found from www.handsondesign.biz. It says, permission is given to shops and stitchers to copy and distribute it. To distribute, please keep the chart in its original format intact with logo and copyright information. So this is, if you go to that handsondesign.biz, you should be able to find the border for this. So I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'll just show you the one page that I've got. And there's a little coffee bean stitched in the corner of each of the charts, and it gives you the counts and everything. It's very, very clever. Oh, and it also tells you where to put each design. That's really, really neat. I like that. Okay, so I'm all ready to go. I have the freebie border. I have my fabric. Now this is, I had planned when I purchased this to coffee dye it. That's why I bought white fabric, because I wanted to try. This was going to be my experiment to coffee dye fabric. Clearly, again, still on the to-do list. So this is a 20 count jasmine fabric, and Kathy even did all of the calculations for me. The design size when it's done is going to be 12 by 12 inches, and so the fabric size that I have is 18 by 16. So let's see. So when all of 9 of those charts are done, it's going to all fit on here. Yeah, it's square, right? 12 by 12? Wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Oh, she might have just given me a slightly bigger piece because that's what she had. I don't remember. Yeah, because the chart is 237 by 237. 237 by 235, and that's the stitch count given by Kathy Haberman for the entire thing. Now this is 20 count, and so you might be able to guess what I'm going to say next. I will be stitching this 1 over 1, so it's going to be small on 20 count. It's going to be quite small. So yeah, one thread. Let's see if you can you see? It's going to be fairly small. So the designs are Coffee and Friends. I think this one goes in the middle, but again, I don't remember. Go Your Own Way. A Whole Latte Love. I'm going to assume these are focusing. I apologize if they're not. It's 7 a.m. somewhere. They look like they're focusing. Oh, I like this one. My Cups Runneth Over. This is How We Brew It. Oop, that one got sticky. Rise and Grind. Coffee, A Hug in a Cup. And last but not least, Cuppa Cuppa. These are really cute. And my plan was to coffee dye the fabric, do it really small, 1 over 1, and then I'd like to hang it at the cottage, in my kitchen at the cottage. So that's the plan. That's the plan. All of this stash that I've had in my drawer for years. This is why I never need to buy anything else. Yet I still will, because I like to support designers and shops and all that good stuff. So it's okay. I think of it as my collection. I don't play golf. Okay, I'm just going to show you a few more today, and then I'll save the rest of this drawer for tomorrow. Okay. Oh, this was a gift sent to me from Jennifer, who is at musical_stitches on Instagram. She sent me this beautiful Christmas ornament that she'd stitched. That was a reminder of my beagle Eddie, who we lost a few years ago. And she sent this Blackbird Designs chart along with it. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. I'm gonna take it out of the plastic. It's really hard for me to tell sometimes if things are focusing because my vision is so bad, and that screen that I'm seeing it on is like this big. So I'm doing my best for focusing issues. You'll just have to bear with me. There. Oh, that's so pretty. My pink rose. A reward of merit pin keep. That's beautiful. Okay, and I'm gonna tuck this right back in the plastic before it gets separated. Okay, one more for today because I just can't resist this chart. This has been on my want to stitch list for a while, a long time actually. This is a Cedar Hill pattern. I'm not sure, some of you may not be familiar with this designer. I'm not even sure that this company still puts out new designs. Maybe someone out there knows, but their charts, I have a few of their charts in my stash, and I really, really like their aesthetic. So this is Cedar Hill counted cross stitch, and it's called Sheep on the Meadow. And I know I have a fair number of knitter friends who will like this chart as well. Love that. Love that. All right. Well, that was the tip of the ice. Okay, one more. This is a drawn thread. Many of you, most of you know this one because lots of people were stitching this a number of years ago. This is the drawn thread Deck the Halls. The one with the cardinals on it. Yeah, that's been on my to-do list for a long time too. I love it. Love it. What would I do without my stash pile? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little bit of show and tell today from my drawer of stash. I have more to share, but I won't be doing this every day because I think that that's, there's a balance, right? I know lots of people like seeing it, but lots of people really don't. They want to just enjoy actual stitching on the stitching channel. So I'm certainly not going to do this every day. I might do a few more charts tomorrow to share what else is in the box. But then I'm going to show my Savon, my knitting, and one other thing that I've been working on tomorrow. Okay, good. So the other thing that I wanted to talk briefly about today is book club. I've mentioned I'm not going to put that back in the drawer because that needs to be, right, don't put it back in the drawer. It has a separate spot that needs to go away where it needs to go. I mentioned last week, this week, beginning of this week, the days are starting to run into each other. I have been wanting to read this book for a while, Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. It is actually based on a true story that happened back in the 1800s in Canada, near Toronto, near Kingston. Well, the penitentiary that's talked about in here is in Kingston and is still, to this day, most Ontarians know about the Kingston Penitentiary. And this is a sort of, she based it on some mysterious facts surrounding this case of Grace Marks. So I'm just gonna read you just a little bit of this from the back cover here. Alias Grace is
I found this on the web.
I did not ask you, Siri. Alias Grace is a beautifully crafted work of the imagination that reclaims a profoundly mysterious and disturbing story from the past century. With compassion and unsentimental lyricism and her customary narrative virtuosity, Margaret Atwood mines the often convoluted relationships between men and women and between the affluent and those without position. The result is her most captivating, disturbing, and ultimately satisfying work since The Handmaid's Tale. In short, vintage Atwood. So I'm 8 chapters in and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So I have started up another Facebook group because you can't have enough good stuff on Facebook happening at the moment, I think. And now, to be clear, I am not going to be leading the discussion in any way, shape, or form on these books because I am terrible at doing that. I'm lucky if in a book club I finish reading the book, and so knowing that I'm kind of leading the charge here, that's my impetus to actually read the book, and I've wanted to read this one for a long time. Leading the discussion on the book, and it's just really fun, right? You do not have to be an English student to join in the discussion or feel like you have something to add. You just need to enjoy the book or not enjoy the book and, you know, tell us why you didn't enjoy it. We can have polite, kind discourse and discussion. So there is a Facebook group. It's called Cross Stitchers Who Read. I just started it up about an hour ago. I will post a photo of it on my Instagram stories thing. I have 2 Instagram pages. One of them is at Off the Grid Needlearts. The other one is at Evertotes. So the Evertotes one is the more bag stuff, project bag stuff, and then at Off the Grid Needlearts is more all of my personal crafty stuff. So I'll post over there that the Facebook group is now open, and you don't have to be reading this book if you'd like to just join the Facebook group and you know, if you like reading or you're planning on reading it later on, though it might spoil the story for you. This is just going to be the first book of what I hope will be several. Letitia is there. I love this back cover. Wonderful Canadian author. Okay, so this is the first book, and who knows what's next? We'll see. But I'm 8 chapters in. I'm really enjoying it. I know that a few people have found it from their online library resources, and several of you out there like me had it on your bookshelf and you hadn't read it yet. A few other people had already read it, and if you've already read it, you're still welcome to join in the conversation as well if you'd like. It doesn't have to be something that you haven't read. Feel free to join in. Anybody's welcome. You know, same rules as the Friday Off the Grid group. Keep it polite, keep it kind, keep it civil, so on and so forth. And I think that is it. I was going to bake some cookies this afternoon with the kids. I have a chocolate chip cookie recipe. Might be the reason why John decided that he would marry me, possibly. I haven't made them in years, literally years, because they're very hard to resist. However, I think it's time. I think that today's the day. I am baking cookies this afternoon with the kids, and it's going to be my particularly well-loved chocolate chip cookie recipe. I'll share the recipe with you. It is, so I might not have time to write it down. I know that you know what? I've talked about this recipe before, not in last year's Flossmas, but the Flossmas before. So what I'm gonna do is, I know the screen cap of that video, I'm holding a cookie. That's the last time I made this recipe. Kid you not. Flossmas 2018 was the last time I made these chocolate chip cookies, and they are that good. I'm going to find that video. I will link it somehow. It's been a while since I linked a video too, so I'm gonna have to remember how to do that, and I will put a link in the drop down box below to the video, because in the description box of that video is the recipe, and then I don't have to do it all over again. plan. Want to see one more chart? Okay, one more chart. This is a homespun elegance chart. Again with the sheep. I like sheep. This is the Mary Noel collection. Mary Ewies. Mary Ewies? That's hard to say. Can you see it? It's so cute. Those are so adorable. I have a lot of Christmas patterns in my stash. I'm a huge fan of Christmas stitching. I don't do nearly enough of it. Okay, more tomorrow. I hope this was a welcome distraction. I hope you're doing okay. It's okay to be anxious. We're all feeling the same way. It's an unprecedented time. I do hope you're well, and I'll check in again tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and happy stitching.